It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle Brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Hey, welcome, welcome to Kringle Time, everyone. I,
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm one of your hosts, Michael, and
I forgot my name.
you're the other Michael. You're a hoot,
I
brother.
am so tired.
Yes, you are. You got a really and even a busier weekend coming up. You're on your way to Atlanta, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta all next week. So we're going to have a special guest hosting the show next week. Tune in and you'll see who that is.
Yeah, next week's show we'll even go plug. Next week was sign language.
It
So
is
my
sign language
friend
next
who is
week.
an
So
interpreter is coming on to teach us some signs, So I'm excited about that. But let's forget about that. This is Father's Day special.
it is.
Father and son duo tonight. I'm really excited.
And then, do you have any special plans for Father's Day?
Well, you know what? My daughter Ruthie is got like some special stuff for us like all weekend. And so it's kind of like one of those supposed to be a surprise. So I'm not exactly sure. It's just one of those I know that we're going to have fun.
Well, we have a lot of Santas joining us out there. We have Santa Dave Denby. We have John Schnellenberger. We have Bill Corbett. We have Bill Stockwell. We have Pierre Noel.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Kelly Mitchell's with us. Frank Fields.
Ken
Ken
is
from
here
Toledo.
and
Santa
Doug.
Doug. Of course, Jane Kringle.
Excellent.
So,
So hey, let's just jump right in. I'm excited about our father and son duo all the way from Clare, Michigan, the owners and founders of Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm. Would you please welcome Dave and Danny? Yay! Hi guys.
Hello. How we
Welcome
doing?
to Kringle Time.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you guys could come. I love going to Rooftop Landing. It's just one of those. It is such a magical place for me.
Well,
And so,
thank
Herbie,
you.
do I get a ditto from you?
I was just kept saying, I'm just waiting for y'all to build like a bed and breakfast so I could just live my summers up there. My wife has already said she'd love to muck stalls and everything else like
Yeah,
that.
well,
So
that shows some interest here.
You could do a work study program.
oh,
There
I
you
thought you were
go.
going to say work release. And I'm like, well, come on, I'm not that bad.
you know, all of a sudden my mind's going, oh, we could get Santas coming in every weekend cleaning out the stalls. You know.
And put that on YouTube and everything else.
Yeah, so we'll get out of that. We'll start our banter and we'll let Dave and Dan and go ahead. So Dave, how did Rooftop Landing Farm, the reindeer farm, get started? How did did you have this vision all of a sudden I'm gonna have reindeer?
Yeah, well, let me start by telling you that pretty soon you'll have to put another uh, spot in here because we have Dawson here now, my
Yeah, that's right.
grandson. He's part of the workforce here now,
Three
and
generations, which is
he works here
awesome.
full time now.
Yeah, it says graduation, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So you'll see his picture on here more and more now. So anyway, I started about 35 years ago, 1991 actually, when I got the first reindeer. And I started it because I'm like you, I'm a kind of a Christmas nut. Christmas is a big deal in my life, always has been. I had great Christmases when I was a kid, even though there was not a lot of toys and stuff. It wasn't about the toys, it was more about uh, going downtown for the Christmas lights and the old Christmas stores and
Yeah.
grandma making cookies and the old fashioned type Christmas. My father was a businessman. He owned a grocery store all his life. Never spent much time with him because he worked most of the time 7 days a week. So I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and my mother. And they kept us downtown, during the holidays and stuff. Christmas was a big deal. I never forgot it. I always cherished the Christmas season. So when I got a chance to get a couple of reindeer, at the time we had horses and we had some goats and I had some alpacas at the time. A lot of birds. We had pheasants and quail and all kinds of stuff. But I got a chance to get a couple of reindeer. They were coming down from Alaska. So I knew I had to grab those. Now they were adult reindeer. They were females, full grown, and they weren't tame like what you see at our farm now. So when they come down, I knew they could be trained because I'd seen people work with them before, but I had no idea what I was in for. So the deal was every night at 7 o'clock, I'd go out to the barn and I would start working with these reindeer because I wanted to put them on a lead and walk them around town. Well, it took almost a year before I could get a lead on them to walk them around because they'd beat the hell out of me every night about 7 o'clock.
Oh my.
Yeah, they were pretty rough because they stand on their hind legs and they box like a boxer.
Oh.
And it takes just a lot of time just sitting with them and gently talking to them when they're that way. It took months and months before I could even get them to walk around. Yeah, at the time, Danny was quite young, but he would come out and help me. So he could see what they were like at that stage. And we just kept working with them. And eventually got a male and we started breeding them. And what we learned was if you start working with them when they're young calves, it's just like anything else. You know, it's much easier to work with babies than it is adults. And so over the years, we've learned how to train them. There's kind of a knack to it. Um, we don't have any such thing as wild reindeer anymore. There's probably 20 some reindeer here, 28 reindeer here. They're all gentle. You can snap a lead on any of them. You can take them anywhere. They'll go in the house with you. They know how to behave. So it's just a lot of work, but a lot of hours spent with them. But it's fairly easy to do. It's just you have to be dedicated. Is all. But
So
anyway,
how
one thing led to another. Eventually, I brought him up here to Clare, and Danny's had the farm here. I used to travel with him on the road all the time. That's all I did. I didn't have people coming to my farm. But when I brought him up here, then we opened up the farm here so people could come see him here.
yeah.
And then Danny and Corey have really expanded that quite a bit each year. So now we get tens of thousands of people coming here during the holiday season. And it's a whole different type of business now than what it was when I started it.
So since you started, really showing the reindeer on the road, do you have any really fun reindeer stories from being on the road?
Well, one of the favorite places we went was Greenfield Village. We've been there over 200 times with reindeer. And if you've ever been to the holiday lights at Greenfield Village for Christmas, it's one of the nicest events in the state of Michigan. As a matter of fact, USA Today says it's one of the top 10 holiday events in the country.
Oh
So
wow.
it's a good place to visit if you ever get a chance. Of course, I know you guys are busy that time of year. But there was a time I did a movie, shot a movie down in Detroit, and it was for a company out of Holland, not Michigan, Holland. And we had to shoot several scenes around the Detroit area in different businesses and different households. One of the places we had to take the reindeer was in an old auto junkyard, and one of the scenes was there was a young lady there with a beautiful gown. She was like in her early 20s. You know, she was a model, just gorgeous. One of the scenes was she had to walk up to the reindeer and bend down, and the reindeer would kiss her on the nose. Now, the reindeer can do that, they're very gentle animals. Um, so, as I was inside working with the one reindeer and the model, there was a second reindeer, and somebody had left the gate open in this junkyard. And the second reindeer walked out. Now, we're in downtown Detroit. So it walks out, starts walking down the sidewalk, and I noticed it. So I told the guy that was with me, I said, get the truck and trailer and go get in front of her and try to catch her and put her back in there. Then I started following her. And the more I followed her, the faster she went. And we went about 30 blocks and I couldn't keep up with her.
Wow.
So I called the police and I told them what was going on. And I said, can you have a police officer pick me up and get me in front of the deer so I can go ahead and stop it. And they just hung up on me. They just didn't want to participate in that. The guy with the truck and trailer couldn't get in front because the traffic was too heavy down Detroit. So they went for several blocks, quite a few blocks, and finally there was a Hispanic man down there who didn't speak English, but he could see the problem I was having, and obviously he had worked with livestock before, so he got in front of it. He could run to get in front of it, and he kind of pushed it into a building, close to a building, and kept it there until the guy could get there with a truck and trailer. And that was probably 17, 18 years ago. And I still have nightmares about that day because not only was I scared, but that poor reindeer, her eyes were as big as saucers by the time we got her. She had no idea what she was doing in downtown Detroit. So that was the scariest one I've ever done.
I barely know what I'm doing in downtown Detroit anymore.
Yeah.
So, for you, Danny, what's been the most rewarding part of sharing the farm with the visitors?
The most rewarding probably is all the people daily here that tell us how thoughtful it is of what we do for everybody, and how we change stuff every year and try to make it a better Christmas for every person. It's pretty rewarding when you get those responses every day from different people that you don't know all over. Especially in the summertime, we get them from all over the country. Probably 60% of our people are from out of state.
Oh wow!
So it's pretty neat to hear all the different comments from people all over the country.
I always loved hearing the stories because you have the various cameras there in the paddock and everything. How people watch them constantly,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're always calling, going, "One of the animals are laying down and it's not moving. Somebody needs to go up there and check on them." So
Yeah.
all your animals are loved because there's not many places that would actually have that kind of caring going. You need to check on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll call us on the phone and say you got a dead llama laying out there because
No.
the alpacas like to lay out in the hot sun. They don't move much, so somebody will give us a call and tell us you better get out there.
So I'm watching. They're dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. So fan mail. Then with all the television things, and I know that you've been on the Dr. Pol show. I know that you've done some stuff for the History Channel. Correct? They've come in and then did stuff on Angel, didn't they?
Yeah, we've had well, most of the TV shows have been here. You know, Michigan Out of Doors and Destination Michigan and some of the other ones. Some of them have been here many times. But yeah, we were on a Dr. Pol show filmed here for 11 years. That was National Geographic. Now they quit filming a couple years ago. They pretty much quit all the veterinarian shows around the country.
Right.
But one of our reindeer named Angel, she was featured on the show a few times. So she still to this day gets phone calls and mail, particularly during the holiday season. She'll get Christmas cards from people.
Wow.
The show is on in 83 countries around the world,
Oh my.
and it's continuously on repeat. So it's just continuously playing on someplace.
Wow. So you'll get Christmas cards from all over the world.
Yeah, and usually they're addressed to Angel. Yeah.
Some of them we can't even read. It's different language.
So
Yeah,
you're
the
not-
addresses are not complete, but the post office is very good to us. They always get them here.
So we get a lot of, maybe you guys do too. We get a lot of mail at Christmas time here that just says Santa Claus on it. There's no address.
Oh my.
We get hundreds and hundreds of them every year.
fun.
They just the post office, I guess, just assumes to bring them here. You know.
Wow. Now I do know that my wife, all the ones that we get, my wife responds to the children with them. It's like she's like Linda's so faithful to write to them. You know,
Is she interested in some more cases of them?
she might. You know what? I mean, I'm sitting there going, maybe I shouldn't say that out loud because she's not here tonight. But now it's recorded. I'm busted. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I didn't realize you're getting just say Santa. And they give it
It
to
just
the
says
reindeer
Santa
farm.
Claus on it.
See,
Yeah.
maybe next year when we have Jingle Joy there, we could take some of those letters and everybody can write a few letters. That way you can mail them all back out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
go.
there you
good
go.
idea.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of phone calls too.
You just got
that they want us to tell Santa this or that. You know, a lot of them are they're not even kids; they're adults. You know, on the spectrum or something,
Yeah, yeah,
and
special needs. Yeah.
and they can be long conversations. We've got a couple that have been around for probably 5-10 years that call every year. One of them calls almost every day during
Whoa.
the Christmas season, during the about 2 month season.
yeah, we have a couple like that too.
Yeah, I never thought about you guys getting those phone calls.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I've dealt with those, but yeah.
They're gonna have to change
Wow.
the switchboard. Please dial 7 to talk to Santa. And
Yeah. I'll talk to Joe this week about stepping up his game for the letters.
So one of the things we want to tell all the Santas out there is when you're leaving when you're telling the kids to leave something out for the reindeer. I mean, Santa gets the cookies and milk. What the reindeer really love is apples.
see,
Now that's their favorite food actually, and particularly red apples. So
Yes.
that's a good thing to tell the kids. It's nice and healthy for the reindeer. They enjoy them. So there's a little special treat there.
Now, since you brought that up, we'll make this comment, and that just want to make sure any other Christmas performer who's listening understands this, that, a lot of kids will say, I'll leave carrots. And I
Yeah,
realize the hardness of carrots, but go ahead and give us like
yeah,
5 facts about reindeer, which I'm, saying they don't have top teeth.
yeah.
So,
They won't eat a carrot because it's too dense for them, and it hurts their top gums. So you'll hardly ever find a reindeer that's going to eat a carrot. But they can eat the apples with no problem. So there's some other some people will give them graham crackers. Some of the other reindeer farmers around the country, they'll
oh,
if you start them off as babies with graham crackers, they'll eat those.
Or raisins.
Yeah, sometimes raisins. Yeah, if you start them real young, you can get them to eat some of that other stuff. But we've always used apples, and so ours will do anything for an apple.
so there was a question in the chat regarding the apples. Are they sweet or tart?
Well, I like to buy Macintosh apples.
Okay.
That's generally what they get. Number one, because they're a softer apple. Now you take a Red Delicious, it's generally hard as a rock,
right.
and a lot of times they'll start to chew them, but they'll just let them fall out of their mouth because they're just too hard. Uh, Besides, delicious apples seldom have any flavor to them. So
Right.
So yeah,
That's
I always
awesome.
I always tell the children that if you're gonna leave an apple, split it up into 9 pieces. That way each reindeer gets us a little slice.
yeah, there you go.
Well, that's a good little add-on, Michael. That's good. So, are there any other facts about reindeer that Santa should know for their backstory?
Well, they're antlers. All reindeer have antlers, the boys and the girls. The male antlers, of course, much larger. But the story. Unfortunately, male reindeer will drop their antlers the 1st of December. So, of course, all of Santa's reindeer have got to be females.
And you know what I heard about that is that the reason they're females is because the guys won't ask for directions.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Well, okay. Now we're talking about like the different features. What is the biggest misconception people have about reindeer?
Well, they think they're bigger than what they are. Everybody thinks they're the size of elk or something.
Right.
When they come to the farm and see them, they say, "Oh boy, I thought they were a lot bigger than this." But a big bull reindeer is maybe 400 pounds, maybe a little heavier, which is nowhere near the size of a big elk. But most females are about 250, 275.
Or that they even believe they exist. I mean,
Yeah.
we have people every year walk away from us thinking that we literally are telling everybody these are reindeer and they're elk.
Oh,
I mean, that happens. This happened for 35 years.
Wow.
because they're in the caribou family, right?
They are. Yep.
Yeah. See, because I could see people now they're caribou. You know what I
Well,
mean?
these are. I mean, if the people, they won't believe us when they leave. They're not smart enough to know that they're cousins to caribou. No offense to them, but They really think we made this whole thing up, this reindeer farm, you know?
Yeah. Now, right now, you've got some Santas out there that are thinking, oh no, they're the same thing as the caribou. They're just a different name. That's not true. If you put them next to each other, you'll see a big difference. A caribou is a North American animal. A reindeer is a Scandinavian animal.
Okay.
Much difference in size.
Yeah, there's a 30% difference in
Reindeer are fully domesticated.
size.
It's kind of like saying, you know, your Labrador is the same as a wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they tie together, right, through years, but they're not the same animal.
Yeah.
You can't take a caribou and tame it down like you can these. These have been
Right.
domesticated for hundreds of years.
Besides, it's illegal for us to own a caribou.
Right.
Well, I have a question now. You mentioned, okay, a male can get up to 400 pounds and a female 250. How much can a single reindeer pull?
Oh, we could take one of those big males out there and they can pull a pickup truck with no problems.
Really?
Yeah, they're
So I
very
have a
close.
story there. We were doing an event at Holton Lake, the tip up town,
Yeah.
big event they do every year. We were there a few years back, and they had just around the corner from us. They had the pulling dogs, a contest, competition. You know, and they put the weight on the sleigh and everything. And so I went over there, and there's all these different classes. There's hundreds of people doing this, and I said, I looked at the lady serious as could be. I said, by chance, you know, do you have a class for reindeer? And she laughed, you know, or whatever. And I said, no, I'm serious. I have a harness for him. Can I enter this thing? And she's like, heck yeah, for sure, you know. I said, okay, I'll bring the harness tomorrow. And we were there for a couple days. So I brought it and we went and hooked up. And we brought the biggest crowd that they've ever seen. She told me that. The whole place was there to watch this. And it was actually a calf from that year. So he was only 160, 180 pounds by then. And he pulled what those dogs pull when they put those dogs together. It was really cool. I got a video of it somewhere.
That's cool. I didn't know that story.
We won our class because there's nobody else in it.
That's like guaranteed blue ribbon. I love it.
They got a kick out of it. So did we.
That's fun. So, other reindeer facts. Tell Santa about their eyes. You know, our Christmas performers. There's another for their backstory they work on. I want them to know about the eyes of a reindeer.
Yeah, their eyes will will change color. In the wintertime, you'll see a blue tint to their eyes, so they can see in the sun or in the snow. It's a little more difficult to see certain things, you know, if everything's white. So their eyes actually change color, and they can pick up different visions in the wintertime. In the summertime, they're kind of a gold color. So there's quite a difference
Yeah.
in them. You can
It
see.
sounds like me when I put the blue contacts in the winter.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
There you go, Santa. Your eyes changed in the season too. Awesome. And what's special about reindeer fur?
Well, there's about 5,000 hairs per square inch on a reindeer. I mean, it's packed right in there. Okay, it's very thick. Where they live, it'll get 50, 60 below zero. You know, on a regular basis in the Arctic. So these hairs are all hollow, and they work like insulation when you have that many of them packed together,
Yeah.
and they hold in the body heat. So you can have snow lay on a reindeer; it never will melt because there's no escaping the heat from the body.
Wow.
It's got all that hair on there, and they have the entire reindeer is covered in hair, including their nose. So they actually only breathe through their nose, and when they breathe in, their nose is designed to warm the air before it hits the lungs. Okay, so they're breathing in warm air. And then when they breathe it back out again through the nose, it'll frost up the end of their nose. And so you'll hear reindeer sneeze a lot. So even in the summer out here, that's an instinct they have is to sneeze all the time to blow that frost out of their nose.
Wow.
So
Sitting here, Herbie, I know you're going to write a story with that.
Forget the story. That actually happened to me.
What, you got frost in your nose and you sneezed?
Exactly. First time I actually walked to the football game gate and never had all this facial hair and it all froze and got up the nose and I was sneezing big time.
You're a hoot. You're a hoot.
All right, Michael, do you want to take a break here? We could get some other business done right now and then maybe even run the dad joke.
All
Or in
right,
this
that
case, the
sounds
mom
good.
joke.
All right, let's go ahead and run that, and then we'll come on back.
Hey, Rocky, do you know what kind of fruit likes to slide? A kiwi!
Oh, all right, there we go. So, Danny, you've got what other animals do you have there on the farm for people to see?
We have alpacas, 5 alpacas, I think 7 Highland cows now, 3 sloths. We now have a few prairie dogs running around here.
Ooh.
And what am I missing? Cappies? Oh yeah, we have brand new, actually unannounced yet. We have 2 capybaras that are sitting right down from us.
Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
So we're almost done with their enclosure, and they'll be hitting the scene here in the next couple weeks.
Nice. We'll have to make another trip to Claire.
Those capybaras are so popular right now. I'm sure you Santas are going to get requests for them from the kids this fall. They're going to be wanting some of those new capybaras.
Yeah.
So they're quite the animal.
So I definitely will have to come and make sure that I'm ready with my backstory.
So, what is one of the funniest things a reindeer has ever done to either one of you, or to both of you?
Well, Danny takes them in the bar with him. That's
I have done that. Yep. I actually had a bar over on the east side of the state that kind of did it as a joke back years ago, 25 years ago. And an older gal owned the bar, and she asked if we would do it. And so we took it in there
after the parade, yeah.
after the parade. And we went in there, and there was, it was your small town local bar. There was the Norm and everybody sitting at the bar, just a handful of people. And then the next year, she asked if we'd do it, and there was a few more people. And after the 10th year, I could barely get the deer in there because there's so many people. That was like the hit of the night. It wasn't the parade anymore. It was the deer going into the bar.
Nice.
So that was the beginning of a good story.
Yeah, Santa wasn't the top dog anymore.
Well, that's good. I think we should share it. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's nice to know. So
there's a secret when you take them in the bar, because when you take them in a warm building, they're going to want to, piddle a little bit.
Yep.
All right. So the secret is you keep them walking, and you keep them going table to table or around the pool table or something. They're fine if they're walking, but if they stop for a minute, they're going to wet someplace.
Yeah,
And that gets to be embarrassing.
So I tell you, we use you guys to get us out of trouble quite a bit through the years. I can tell you a story. I was doing my second show of the day, second event, and due to weather and traffic, I was running late. I had somebody with me, my brother, actually, brother Scott, with me. And luckily, so we were in the parade. Luckily, we were at the end of the parade, right? And so I knew that the town was pulling in, and I watched the end of the parade turning the corner to the main road, right where we're supposed to be, right there. So I just threw the truck in park, yelled at Scott, said, "Grab the leads, let's go." So we go, and here comes a cop, pulls out, flips his lights on. So what are you doing? You can't park here, because there's all these events going on in the town. And I said, sorry, boss, but I got to be in this parade right now. I can't let these kids down. He's like, "You cannot park this truck right here." I said, "Call Santa Claus and deal with it. He's my boss. Take care of it." And I just took off running. I didn't have a choice. He did. After I said that, Santa Claus, he just laughed and said, "Whatever." Shook his head.
Well,
I got back there after the parade was over. The truck was still there. Everything was fine.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help.
And there's maybe been a couple speeding tickets I've gotten out of saying, take this up with Santa.
Yeah, I
And they get a kick out of it and they say, get out of here.
Yeah, nice, nice. Now I do know, one of my mentors, Ted Flynn. He's told me a story about him getting out of speeding tickets too. You know what I mean? Going, so like, well, the next choice you make, officer, will put you on the naughty or the nice list. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. Whatever it takes.
yeah, too fun. Now, do reindeers have a like? Do you notice a personality between the different reindeers? You
Very
know,
much. Very much. They all have their own personalities. Right up to the 10 little babies we had this year. They're all drastically different. Um, some of them, some of them have connected. Well, I had, if any guys seen, I had that one that would sit in my lap every night and sleep with me. The other 9 would be laying on the ground, and the one
yeah,
would be cuddled up in my lap all night long. So they're all very different. Kane, if you have been here, all know Kane. He's the first one to the fence. He's pawing at the fence, telling where's the food. Give me the food. We say that's his way of saying please more.
like Oliver Twist. I'd like more, please. Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
definitely have personalities.
fun. Michael.
Oh no, I was just listening here. All
Oh,
right.
I thought you had a. I thought you were going to say
No, no,
something.
no. Well, this is a good point here, is because as Christmas performers, and people may ask, what's an average day like taking care of the reindeer? So if I have my elf high step up at the North Pole, because there's a lot of reindeer droppings there, so he walks pretty much with big steps here. What would he actually have to do in a day to take care of the reindeer?
Well, we start out with cleaning pens, filling waters, filling feed troughs. We brush them out depending on the time of year. We check them all. We spend time every day, one of us, walking around checking every single deer to make sure there's, something didn't happen to them or something's going on. Just a couple minutes with eyes on each one to see if everything's normal. Um, then there's all kinds of working with them depending on their age and whatnot and who's going out. We walk them a lot. Do different stuff with them for pictures so they're trained. We play with their feet when they're young to get them used to, so because we have to trim their feet about every 6 weeks on average.
Oh wow.
um, so if we do it right from when they're young, even if they don't need their feet trimmed, we act like we're trimming them so they're used to it. They remember that for the rest of their life, so they just give us their foot like you would see a horseshoer doing.
Yeah.
Most of
Yeah.
them are pretty good with that. We get to go to a few other farms that maybe don't do quite as much as that, and they're not quite as fun to trim their feet. So
Yeah.
it definitely helps. And of course, we're always doing a lot of maintenance around here, fixing fences, fixing waters, repairs, and then we're open to the public, obviously here. So
Yeah.
we entertain them all summer long, and our 6 weeks off between summer and winter is basically 7 days a week to get prepped for our Christmas season, because we redecorate everything inside and out, all through the woods and everything. So a
And
lot
how
to it.
much? Sorry, how much food does a reindeer eat every day?
Most animals will eat about 2% of their body weight. So, if you got a 400-pound reindeer, he's going to eat about 8 pounds of food.
Wow.
That includes the grain and a little bit of hay or whatever, pasture, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the most important things for reindeer is copper, the mineral copper.
Oh.
So where they live in the Arctic, they get that copper out of the lichen that they eat off the ground.
Right.
So they need that copper. So if you bring them down in the States and you give them a feed without that copper, it's not long until you have a sick animal. So that's the most important thing for anybody to know when they're feeding reindeer. They have to have that copper added to their food,
Right.
or you're going to have serious problems.
Reindeer vitamin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
certain minerals they get out of that lichen, but copper is the most important one.
Interesting. Well, I know when we were up there here just a couple weeks ago, I did find out something interesting that right now a lot of the reindeer have the velvet on the antlers, and I didn't realize how sensitive the antlers were in that stage. And I thought that was quite interesting because I was petting Lucy and I brushed against the antler and she kept pulling her head away. So that just made me kind of ask that question there. And so
Yeah,
all
they're
this
very,
fun stuff.
very sensitive. It's all blood flowing through there at that time. So even if you see them, a fly will land on their antler and they'll jump because they want it off until
Yeah.
it hardens up into that solid bone, which then it's more like what we say. It's like our fingernail. At that point, you can cut it off anywhere and it's not going to hurt them.
And
But
when does that take place, Danny?
for females, it's in September, October is when they're going to rub that velvet off. Now the breeding bulls are different. Those guys are in August.
All right, awesome, cool.
So that's kind of when they rub off is kind of when the rut starts, breeding season.
Nice. So why don't Herbie? Why don't we go ahead and we'll do
Run the
some
commercial.
thanks for our contributors, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa and Company LLC makes Santa magical.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your Claus business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claus for the Claus community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
We're back.
We're back.
So, how fast can reindeer run?
Oh, they can do 35, 40 miles an hour. They're very fast. Yeah, they're a quick animal. When they run, they look kind of awkward because they kind of look up at the sky. And then their feet kind of go out to the side a little bit. So they look quite awkward, but they're very fast.
Well, that explains why you had a hard time catching them downtown Detroit.
Yeah, and they
Well,
were just walking.
It
Yeah.
was downtown Detroit. I run 35 miles too.
All right, next question, Michael.
So I know you just had 10 babies this year. How long is it before you could actually take them out on, say, different events?
We take them out the first year.
Okay.
Yep. So they're about 8 months old,
Okay.
somewhere in there, 8 months old.
Now, do you still do a lot of events with the reindeer, different parades and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're doing about between 70 and 80 of them now this year, or
Oh, wow.
the last few years,
Wow.
which is about half of what we used to do. We used to do about 150 a year.
Well, being that, I mean, you brought up Greenfield Village and the Henry Ford. I mean, I live 10 minutes from there, and it is sad that you no longer go there for that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
We eliminated pretty much everything in Detroit area.
Yeah, well, driving, I guess, yeah, because it's a 3 hour, 3.5, or probably even longer with the animals in the back of the truck and everything, too. So,
Yeah, 3 hours down, 3 hours back. If the roads are bad, sometimes you sit in a rest area waiting for a snowplow or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just letting the people drive the 3 hours here now.
Well, we just got a question. How often do your reindeer get checked by the vet?
Well, our vet is actually a friend of ours, so we kind of take advantage of her, to be honest with you. but we have to have 3 licenses for these animals. We have 3 government licenses. They're the most regulated animal in the country. Okay. So and our doctor, Dr. Brenda, has to do a couple of vet checks every year for us to keep our licenses.
Yeah.
But she's here, I would say every few weeks. Um, Sometimes it's just for some silly little thing, or it's just because we have questions for her. I mean, we're constantly learning about these critters. And she's not that far away. So if we have an issue or something, she's just, not very far away. And she'll spend extra time with us here, answering questions. And we've kind of learned together. She's taken the time to contact the University of Alaska years ago if she had questions about them that she wasn't sure of, because they used to have a reindeer program in University of Alaska. They don't anymore, but so her and Dr. Pohl both, they've been very good to us over the years.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Santa's, we're hoping that you got a lot of reindeer information for you to work on your backstories. Because I don't think, Herbie, I don't know if I've ever had a visit with children where they haven't had reindeer questions. Have you? Have you always been asked, at least from the point of like, where are they?
Well,
You
I
know?
always guess where are they, and then what about Rudolph?
Yeah.
That's always the main one
Those
I
are
always
the big
get
ones.
asked.
Yeah. So having that, and one of the things that I absolutely loved is that in our package, when we came to the Jingle Joy, you put a little bit of reindeer fur in the packet. And I have that, and I've had it in the past. I bought one, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think they're in the gift shop. And I have a little box with it, and I let kids feel it. Absolutely love it. Just that small little thing. So if you don't have reindeer fur, you can order it.
You bet.
Oh, Santa Mel asked, can you explain again why reindeer click when they walk? I had children ask me that last year.
Good.
Yeah, they actually have a tendon in their foot that pops when they walk, and you can hear it. It's very plain to hear. And of course, it can, if you're familiar with the story up on the rooftop, click, click, click.
Yeah.
Actually, if you listen when you're around a reindeer, you'll hear it, especially if it's quiet outside. It's very, very noticeable. They use it. They live in big herds, so there might be thousands of reindeer in a herd, in the Arctic or in Russia or whatever.
Yeah.
If one or two gets lost away from the herd, gets separated, they can always find their way back because you can hear that clicking in the herd of reindeer. It's very loud. You get that clicking out of every hoof out of 1,000 reindeer. It's pretty loud. But it also does work against them because the wolves will follow the herds, and they're always looking
Oh,
for a weak or a sick one that they can pick off. So if they can hear a single clicking noise, they know there's a separate animal there, and they'll go after it.
wow.
So it can work against them too. But it's very noticeable.
Wow. Well, Herbie, let's do this. Thanks to Santa's Closet, let's do our trivia question and let them give something away.
Okay.
All right.
Since its founding in 2004, Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
Woohoo!
Ooh,
All right.
okay.
You want to give
Let's
the
talk
rules,
about
Herbie?
the rules for trivia are very simple. We'll ask a question, you have to answer. Straightforward. However, if you have won within the last 8 weeks, you are not eligible to participate. Number 2, we can only ship to domestic addresses. So unfortunately, if you live in Canada, Mexico, or overseas, because I do believe we have a Santa with us all the way from New Zealand on tonight's show. Unfortunately, unless you know somebody here in the States that would actually send it to you, we cannot send it. I think I covered it all, didn't I?
I think so.
All
All
right.
right. All right. So you're ready? You got your eyes on the comments so
I
we can do
got
it?
eyes on YouTube. I got eyes on Facebook. You do the question, and we're ready to go.
All right, here we go. Tonight's trivia question is: for what reason did Jack in the Box find himself on the island of misfit toys? A little Rudolph the reindeer question, you know. So the question again: for what reason did Jack in the Box find himself on the island of misfit toys?
And I'm just seeing everybody start Googling.
You know, my mind, I can't wait for the answer. This will be really good. I'm really looking forward to the answer. All right. Now, Dan, Dave, no cheating. No.
Hey, we already got a winner.
Oh, we do?
Yep.
All right. And who won?
Scott Becker, because his name was.
Here we go. Scott. So, what reason? His name was Charlie. You've never heard of a Charlie in the Box, have you?
Now, Scott, if you want, when you do get a time, please email us your name, your address, and your shirt size to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. Again, we need your name, your address, and your shirt size, and email us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com.
And
And
we'll
then this way, we'll forward that to Santa's Closet, and they will be more than happy to send you a wonderful surprise.
And thanks for everyone playing tonight. That would be awesome. I was hoping that Charlie would type in Charlie really fast.
Well, Charlie said, "What a great name."
All right.
But
Well,
you know, a lot of people
I don't
actually
know.
got that one
Obviously,
right.
it's not. Just kidding, Charlie.
Charlie. In fact, just as an FYI, Mike is going to be gone next week, and Charlie is going to be taking the co-host spot. So Charlie is going to be sitting in next week. So I thought I would do a trivia question for you, Charlie. Get it out of the way. So
You know, Charlie's helped us out here at the farm before too, a few times.
oh yeah, that's right. When
Yeah, we got
Randy
in the
was and
jam.
Randy helped there too. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've helped there too, Michael.
Well, not as the
Well,
not
you
as
were,
the.
you were there with the veterinarian doing all pre-flight checklists.
Well, but that was all the Santas. I wanted to say thanks. I felt like so privileged to be able to do that pre-flight check that you know, with Dr. Brenda. That was amazing. So, yeah, that was one of those Cinderella moments for me. So, thank you.
And too, speaking of Dr. Brenda, isn't she now Mrs. Claus?
She was my Miss. I don't know if she wants people to know that she
Well.
was my Mrs. Claus last year for an event, which took me a little bit to to encourage her to do it, but she did it. She did a phenomenal job. It was awesome.
I
told her-
understand. I understand she may be going back to school again.
That'll be great. We'll talk to her again because I'm the same place where she was the event with me. It's a location for her that's easy. So I'll have to talk to her about being my Mrs. Claus again. That would be fun. I did tell her before we went on stage, saying, you get to answer all the reindeer questions. I figured now that she's the expert, there was no way I was going to try to fill in that spot. You know, she knows much more than I do, even could dream of, kind of thing. So some fun questions, Mike. Let's ask a couple of fun questions.
Well, I'm going to
before
let
the
you ask
event.
the one that you want to ask so desperately.
Oh yeah, in other words, all right, here we go. So if the herd there, and how many are in your herd exactly? You've got 20 something.
Yeah, so there's 18 adults and 10 babies.
10 babies. Now, just before I ask this question, is 10 is that the largest number that you've had in a season on births?
That's the largest in the last 20 years. We used to have a herd between 50 and 60.
Whoa.
Back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So we used to have a lot of calves back then.
Wow. All right. So back to the fun question now. So if the herd was going to start a rock band, right? So who would be the lead singer and why?
That's definitely Kane because he's definitely the most outgoing, up front to anybody. Not shy at all.
And are there any others would be in the band with him? Who else do you think would be in the band?
Angel probably. Angel's been, she's been our front lady there for years. So
Yeah.
she's also the dominant animal here on the farm.
Now I do know Mitten. I was hoping that you were going to say Mitten the reindeer. I always tell everybody that it's named after me, the Mitten State Santa. I know that you would say that's not true, but that's my story, and I'm going to stay with it.
Yeah.
And so hopefully Mitten's at least playing guitar or on the drums.
There you go. Mitten had her first baby this year.
Oh,
See?
nice, nice. And I remember it was her the small one, wasn't it?
Yep, Sky.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sky. Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
Santa Frank Field says Tuck and Hazel are doing good. Was able to see them after you dropped them off. Apparently, just missed you.
Yep. So two of them went to their new forever home where he is a Santa. They are very excited down there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Frank was telling me about that, about the location that I believe it's his brother-in-law is putting together. So,
Yep.
and
Very
then
good people. They'll be well taken care of there.
Santa Ernie says, "How is Noel doing?"
Noelle is great.
Noel's
Yeah.
doing good.
Fun. So what if someone's going to come? In fact, let me do this with this question here. If you're interested in visiting Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm, you can get all the information on visits and all that's going on at rooftoplandingreindeer.com. So there's their web address. I would highly recommend giving a visit out there, taking you or your family, friends, and that type of stuff. So, what can people expect when they visit the farm? What are things that they're going to walk around and be able to do?
Well, besides all the reindeer, which are the number one highlight here in the farm, we have what a candy cane maker here, which is very unusual. And these are all made by hand.
Oh,
Oh, they froze.
oh no! We get to the candy canes and they're froze. Oh, this is bummer. So
This
they're all.
gentleman's family has been doing it.
Oh,
But that's okay.
we
We'll see
lost
if
connection.
they,
They'll be back.
but yep, they have a gentleman that comes in. His family helps participate, and they hand make candy canes and hand twist them.
Yeah, and inside the gift shop, they have the sloths and
Yeah.
a brand new baby sloth this year.
Yep, they have
So,
three of them now.
so you can see the sloths, and then of course there's all the reindeer plushies and so many fun things that they have.
And they have the Highland cows.
Yeah, and you can see the Highland cows, and then you can take a train ride
Yeah.
around the farm. They have a fun little train that's around the farm, and this is a major bummer that they're gone.
Unfortunately, but you know what? Maybe they're going to log right back in here because we're having some issues, but it could be weather related or something like that because we are getting hit with some.
Yeah,
heat
we
up
do
here.
have a good storm coming in, So, and at least you know what. So I encourage Santas too that you've heard a lot of reindeer facts, and if you can work some of that into your backstory, so that way you're comfortable with it, that would be a great thing.
And also too is if you go to their website again, Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm.com, they do have access where you can actually look at the cameras and actually view the reindeer and the llamas and
Yeah.
all the wonderful animals. So this gives you an opportunity to see them and become familiar with them too. And just like with many things that we do, we can always make up stories and use like the little. Here they are.
Hey, they're coming back. There we go. We were given our own little tour.
So we could hear you the whole time. You were doing good.
Oh, good. Thanks. I'm glad you could hear us. And
Yeah,
then,
I don't know what was going on.
and
So you got
so,
the info about the candy cane maker?
yep, yep.
Yeah, his family's been doing that for over 80 years. And
Wow.
he puts on quite a nice show here.
And
And you
Santa
can
Charlie
purchase about 20 different kinds of candy canes from him.
and all the ribbon candy.
That's right, ribbon candy. This
And,
gentleman owns 3 world records, Guinness Book of Records.
wow.
World's longest candy cane, world's longest ribbon candy, and the world's largest lollipop.
Woo.
Yeah. He's a real pro.
Oh my goodness. Well, Charlie was also saying too, one of the holiday festivities is Santa and the elves jump from an airplane on one Saturday.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the day that Santa arrives here, it's second Saturday of November every year. When
Parachutes
he
in.
arrives with usually three elves and jumps out of a plane and lands out front of the farm.
Yeah, and I
We've
know
been doing
one.
that for probably 15 years.
Cool. Yeah.
I would
And
need a big bubble.
I know one of the things that I love too, and I'm not sure if it's on the schedule for this year, but I do know that your Santa that sets there at the farm, after he sets, he goes and reads to the reindeer. So if you click into the live cam, you can see Santa there reading a bedtime story to the reindeer, which I just think is awesome.
So
Yeah,
I just
that's a lot of
encourage
fun. We do that every year.
I just encourage everybody, if you get the opportunity, go to the reindeer farm, learn what you can, and then make your stories and share the wealth of knowledge that you ended up getting right now.
Awesome.
We did have a question from Santa Scott,
All right.
wondering if you knew a fellow uh, owner of reindeers by the name of, where was it, Nick? Nick Ledbetter.
Yep, out of Oklahoma.
Okay. Yep. Santa Scott want to know. He's just as well. Yeah, he has a good friend, a local reindeer farm, Nick Ledbetter. So
Fun. So
Yep.
is there any last advice
Most
before
of
we
us
do?
know each other in the reindeer world here.
Yeah. Any last advice that you'd love to give Santas before we in Christmas performers before we go?
We want to put in a plug in for our Santa. We've had him here several years, and we're very thankful that we've got such a good Santa for our crowds of people here. He does an outstanding job for us,
I agree.
and
Yeah.
he's the one that reads the stories to the reindeer out in the barn, and he's just a super Santa. We're really happy with him.
Amen. All right, Herbie. So should we do the quick trivia questions
yeah,
for our last couple of
let's
minutes?
do the rapid fire questions here.
All right. Are you ready? Either one of you can answer this, or both of you can answer it. Your choice. So when it comes to Christmas trees, real or fake?
Real.
Sure. All right. And Christmas lights, clear or multicolor, blinking or solid.
Multicolored, solid.
Perfect.
Your favorite Christmas topper is like angel or a star. What's your Christmas topper?
That's probably a star. We're old fashioned.
All right. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Well, it's got to be Rudolph.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's
That was kind of given. Okay.
That's a gimme. Yeah.
All right, and then your favorite Christmas movie.
Christmas Vacation for me.
Yeah, be the same.
All right. And now your favorite cookie.
Not a Tim Allen fan. Christmas cookie. Probably sugar cookies. Christmas sugar
Oh,
cookies.
those are great.
And Danny, your favorite cookie?
That would be sugar cookie, same thing.
All right.
I actually don't even like chocolate, so
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And see, now you know why this is our Father Day edition here.
Yeah.
And so, in a favorite Christmas tradition that you guys enjoy.
Christmas tradition. That's probably work.
We honestly enjoy seeing the joy on other people's faces when they come to the farm. I mean, that's truly
That's the truth.
what we enjoy. If you could just sit back in a corner here for a day during the holiday season, anybody would be amazed at what goes on here. I mean, you people are all in the Christmas business, but this is a special place,
Yes.
I'm
and
about to get and talk.
we've got kids, that all kinds of kids that come here, all age kids that come here. We had a busload of seniors here Sunday from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and they were just like a bunch of 12-year-olds, They really enjoyed themselves when they were here Sunday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on and sharing with us tonight and helping Santas and Christmas performers work on their backstory, giving them a little bit of information so they can improve their craft and their skills. We really, really appreciate the time that you've given to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you for just sharing your wonderful place because, again, it is, as Santa Mel would put it is Christmas magic.
Yeah.
Santa Mel was great writing that poem for us. That was
Oh, yeah.
wonderful.
That was a wonderful poem that she read last night. That was great.
He's very
And-
talented.
Yeah. I also would like to thank the TNL Network for giving us the opportunity to come and share our hearts with everybody.
And I would also like to thank Larry Talbert, Santa Roger Mitten, and also the Wade and Scarlett from Santa's Closet.
And you, our listeners, we're so thankful for each one of you that turn in or turn in.
Turn in.
Turn it on. Something of that nature. We're really glad for you that you're here.
And a special big thank you to our wonderful wives, Linda and Stacy, that we couldn't do this without the support of you.
So until next time, may all your days be jolly and your heart shine bright.
And may the magic of Christmas fill every aspect of your life.
And remember to be good for goodness sake.
Spread joy and share kindness to all you see.
Thanks, everybody. We're so glad you came.
Merry Christmas.